I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We are now continuing in Jeremiah. We're going to be reading chapter 50. This is another one that's fairly long, so I'm thinking I will divide it into two videos. This first one will be verses 1 through 20. We'll see how long it takes. I might combine them into one video, but Babylon shall be destroyed and never rise again. Scattered Israel shall be brought again into the lands of her inheritance. The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish, and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. Bel and Merodach, those are the two main gods of Babylon. So Babylon's going to be destroyed, their idols are going to be destroyed. Out of the north there cometh up a nation, most likely talking about the Medes. The Medes were in the north, Persia was in the east, and the two kingdoms were joined under Cyrus the Great, because he was the son of the king of Persia and the grandson of the king of the Medes. And so under him both kingdoms came together as one. So that is what we're talking about. That's most likely what that means by the land of the north. Verse 4. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God. They shall ask the way to Zion, with their faces thitherward, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people hath been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away from the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks. I'll just point out, this seems to be talking about the last days, because this is Judah and Israel coming back. And it talks about, people are persecuting the Jews, right? So that all that found them have devoured them. So this is a persecution of the Jews and Israel. But it is being justified by saying, oh, God, they sinned against their God, so we are justified in persecuting it. And that's the kind of attitude you had throughout like the 1800s in Russia. It was the Jews were the Christ killers, and so persecuting them was justified. That's what this seems to be talking about. Verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied with the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about, she hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria hath devoured him, and last Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon hath broken his bones. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. This is interesting. Babylon is going to be destroyed because they justified themselves. They went in and they destroyed Israel, just like God decreed, but they themselves were wicked. And they thought, or they believed that because God let them destroy Israel, that they were righteous, they were good. They were justified in everything they did because God allowed Israel to be destroyed. And God saying, no, you're just as evil as Israel was. And you are also going to be destroyed because of that. Because, yes, I let you destroy Israel, but you are no better than they were. Now, that is where we will end it. Again, this last part here, the return of Israel to Carmel and Bashan and Ephraim and Gilead, this is sounding more like the last days any other time. We leave that here. We'll pick it up in the next video.